Good afternoon, everybody. This is your host, Ricard G. Noel, and I'm here with my co-host,
your boy Pastor Sam, Cameau from Brooklyn, baby.
And we here for the Real Word episode 19.
Oh, is it like that, baby? Is it like that? It's
19, bro. 19.
Yes, sir.
And we here with 3 special guests today. 3 special people. Introduce yourself.
Hello. My name is Sonny.
Hey guys, my name is Mildred.
My name is Kimmel. That's all.
Yeah, that's all. All right, so it's an honor and a blessing to reach episode 19. You know, this comes from hard work, determination, and you guys supporting, you guys watching your show, and everything is to the glory of God. So today we have several topics that we're going to discuss. Let's start off with current events. And Mildred wanted to speak about a certain topic that's currently in the news at this time.
Absolutely, and this guy's name is Harvey Weinstein. You guys heard about him?
Yeah, put it on. Wow.
Okay, so this Harvey Weinstein is just another case of another guy who's been accused of sexual abuse and all that stuff. So I wanted to talk about that and how you guys feel about all of these incidents coming about and suddenly coming out to light. Personally, for me, I feel like it's time that all of these men who have all these power, are suddenly...
Especially white men, too.
That is true. Okay, all right, we're getting into it. But a lot of these men with power who, unfortunately, before, social media wasn't as current as it is now, but, now that they're being brought out, they're finally paying the repercussions for their actions. So how do you guys feel about that?
I want to just go first on this real talk. I've noticed that with the situation, for example, like Bill Cosby or like R. Kelly, not justifying what they have done, they are more noticed as they how you may say this? I want to say that correctly. They basically they go in on them more than the guy, like for example, the guy like Seven Heaven, the portrayed to be a reverend, because he, got involved in some things too with little, I think little kids. You know what I'm saying?
Brushed it under the table.
And they brushed it under the table, and they also brushed into the table as well too. Hugh Hefner, because Hugh Hefner also did some reckless things. You know what I'm saying, in regards to violating a lot of girls as well too. That was brushed under the table, and that's nothing by coincidence that he was good friends with Bill Cosby as well too. So I just feel like with white, powerful men, they can get away with a lot of things like, sexual abuse, rape, you feel me? But black men who does the same thing, it's like if you do it, it's over for you. And I feel like the same, like if you do something wrong, regardless the color that you may be, you should be judged the same way. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's my thought on that.
All right, so seeing that we're talking about the real world, in a sense of, I was watching the show, the Carmichael Show. There was an episode where they was talking about kind of the same topic about men cheating and men doing this on the low, and he brought up a point of tax bracket. He was saying that men that make less than 100K are less likely to, cheat. The broker you are, the less likely you are to cheat, because the less women you
I don't know. I can't agree with that, but continue.
500K, by that time the woman knows he's sleeping with, because he has enough money, and she's like, well, he's rich, I'll deal with it. The reason why things are coming out now is because he's probably not financially supporting them anymore.
Do you think Donald Trump cheated on his wife a few times?
Of course, many times.
And she knows?
Many times.
Bruh.
Listen. We know President Orange cheated.
Agent Orange.
Anyway, we know that he cheated. We know that he violates women. We know that he called women fat pigs. He called girls female dogs. He's not ashamed at all. He's telling you straight up, this is who he is. Accept who he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is, do you think money plays a big part?
Of course money plays a big part in that. Money is power. Money is power. That's why for me, when we become rich, we're not dating no gold diggers.
You know what's funny? Earlier I was speaking to Sonny, and Sonny was like, he's gonna stay out of a relationship for a while because women are expensive.
Women are expensive.
Okay, as the woman on the table, I'm going to disagree. No, I don't know what's going on. Excuse me. Let's take a quick break. No, I don't think women are expensive, and I think we're once again we're kind of giving them a pass because now we're talking about you. No, that the whole thing is that men need to respect women.
I agree.
Men just need to know when not to touch, when not to.
I agree.
You know, and
I agree.
There was also this playback of this girl going to a hotel, I guess for an interview or something like that. And he's like, oh, I'm going to take a shower. I just want you to sit there and watch. Yeah, and she's just like, I'm uncomfortable. And he's like, no, no, no. And she was like, but yesterday you did this and that. And it's just like, I mean, at the end of the day, cheating, money, whatever it is, men need to understand. And I'm glad that, you know, people with power are suddenly, you know, are finally getting what they deserve, or, you know, or somewhat what they deserve.
I think
it's been a problem. It's been a problem, and it's not only in the political world, in churches, whatever, you know, whatever. People, men with power has been abusing the fact that they are able to get away with a lot. And I feel like now we're finally dealing with some of the problems.
You said something very important. You said church. There was this video that came out recently about this lady. She confronted the pastor in front of the whole congregation while service was going on. She's like, you've been sleeping with my daughter.
Wow.
And you've been sleeping with so-and-so and so-and-so.
Wow.
And we know from, even within our churches, there's been a few scandals in churches.
Of course.
Where, like,
bigger than scandals.
Like
show.
Deacons, pastors, they're sleeping with, like, women. And some even sleep with little boys.
That's true, and little girls.
And things of that nature. I remember growing up, I had this Nigerian friend, and he was from Nigeria, obviously. Yes. And he told me that in his country, you could have as much women as you can afford, and that's their culture.
That's a fact. Wow.
Do you feel like that applies in America? As in, the more women that I guess the more money you can have, the more you can indulge within that culture. Because we look at rappers, we look at entertainers, and these people with a lot of money. And these are people with a lot of money.
But before we continue, I would just give a shout out to a couple of people. I see Naomi's watching, Evelyn is watching, your boy Ernst is watching, my man Pastor Warner Richard, salute to you all the way from Queens. My cousin Marie, if there's any questions, any comments you guys want to ask us, do so. But continue as you guys were saying.
Yeah, but like, even with some NBA players, that they had quote unquote break babies, and they said that the women was not going to leave them because they're rich and the woman needs them. Perfect example, most recently, Kevin Hart. He cheated on his wife. Everyone's seen it. He gave a public apology, but because he has money, she stayed with him.
But remember, his wife that he's with, basically she cheated.
He cheated on his ex-wife with her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a fact.
Okay.
That's a fact. A person was business.
Okay.
Go ahead.
One, I kind of disagree with. I think women need to have their own power, in a sense of, you're saying that, men with power need to treat women with respect.
But
the truth of it is, the women shouldn't even be in that situation. They shouldn't put themselves in a situation where a guy... Wait, I'm not...
Okay, no, I know, I'm listening. I'm calm.
It's the real word.
No, we're not.
It's a real word.
Can I just interrupt quickly? A lot of these women, they were, you know, in the Hollywood business. So, I mean, it's slightly different where it's like, if you want your movie to be played, this is what you need to do. These are people who have been working hard, and they cannot get what they want out of their own merits. A lot of them have to go above and beyond and do things that they don't want to do because these men of power are the ones who are controlling what's
like what? Like what, for example?
For example, oh my gosh, I know Kate Winslet spoke out. A lot of, you know, Hollywood actresses spoke out. And it's not that they're putting themselves in that situation. Sometimes, unfortunately, it seems like they don't have a choice. And when they don't do what these people of power want them to do, you don't hear about them. You don't know who they are. So basically, you're basically
saying that for women and for women in the industry, in order for them to
not always, but
to get ahead, that they have to do some sexual things.
Sacrifices.
I think sexual things.
I'm not saying that they have to.
Some
I'm
men
just
too.
saying that
Some men too.
To men, that's facts. That's facts.
Some men
that's
gave up the
I'm
booty.
saying
Facts.
that some people of
Facts.
power abuse that.
I'm not saying that women are not at a disadvantage. I agree with you there.
Okay,
You guys,
right.
I never said y'all was at a disadvantage. I'm saying in the sense of when y'all want power, you can't look to a man to give you power. You have to give yourself power. In the sense of like the Kevin Hart situation, it's because of money, of course. We all know money is power. All right, for example, you think older man has more power?
I want to rephrase something. I want to rephrase something that you said, bro. Bro, the thing is that women already have power.
Oh, they do.
They already have power. I don't think they need us to validate their power. You know what I'm saying?
They don't recognize their power.
No, but
No,
I think some women recognize their power.
No. I don't think they're...
Mildred, like you guys already have power. You guys already have
Well,
value.
absolutely. I don't need anyone to tell me that. I already know
Exactly.
that.
You guys still
But
have
I'm
disadvantage,
but I'm
but-
saying that in the situation of sexual abuse and rape and all of that
Oh.
stuff, it's the Kevin Hart situation is a different situation. These people are married. You know, like they have a bond. He decided to step out of, you know, whatever they had. I'm talking about someone who's coming earnestly, honestly, who's trying to earn a living, who's trying to, let's say, put out a movie or be an actress. If you are the one who's controlling the media, it's not that I'm coming to you for power because you're a man. You're the one who's in charge. Man or woman, whoever it is in charge is abusing their power. It's abusing their title. And that's why there are many people who have gone through, a lot of actresses or actors, men as well, who's gone through, you know, a certain situation that they didn't want to, because the people who control the industry are the ones who are psycho.
They are psycho.
In a sense of
and demonic.
For Kanye's sake, you not see what we're doing here. He's doing a little broadcast. This is kind of the slow but the safest approach to joining the media business. Yeah, you're not going to have millions of fans instantly. But if you have a good show, you'll slowly build. Those people going to Hollywood are looking for the quick way to make the money. So of course they're doing the whole drastic having sex with their producers because they don't want to take the time in and put in the work to do the slow route because the slow route is unsure. So they're scared. They're like, you know what? Why would I do it the long way when I'm not sure if I'm gonna get millions?
I think you have a lot of assumptions. Just because I'm in Hollywood doesn't mean I didn't do my schooling.
No, that's true.
You know, it doesn't mean that I didn't go the right way.
That's true.
So I just want you to be careful just not to make too many generalizations. And I'm not saying that there's no one who does that, but I'm just saying that might not be everyone.
That's true.
Let me find out, Mildred. Let me find out.
Look, if someone going into Hollywood don't already have the mindset that Hollywood is
A scam?
exactly then that's not the job for you. Like you should already know, like, okay,
What
for
you
me
have
to
to
be up here, I need to do certain things, or you're expecting certain things to happen, and I'm like, boom, okay, I'm gonna. For example, I remember I was scrolling through Twitter, not Twitter, Instagram, and this girl on a fan page, and I was looking. She gave a little slight testimony of where she is currently right now. There's a show called Ballers with The Rock. It's about a football show. So basically, she said an opportunity was given to her. All she had to do was get naked. And what did she do? She got naked. Boom, scene is her.
Busted open.
That's it. And she put that on Instagram. But the thing, she put it on Instagram as if, yo, this is regular. It was not a problem. And she was okay with sharing it with the world.
Especially like Power. Unfortunately, with Lala, with a bad song.
So-
Facts.
They already know what they have to do if they want the shine they want.
There's some emotion in there.
But especially with Tommy, she was definitely getting something. I'll tell you that. But
It's like what Jada Kiss said.
Facts.
Why did Halle Berry had to let a white man pop her to get an Oscar?
and that's why.
Wow.
And she got the Oscar. She got the Oscar because of that sex scene.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And he was
The industry
digging.
isn't really for
That
us.
is
true.
The industry isn't for us.
But hold on, listen. Mildred, you're saying, first of all, before you make your point, I wanted to say you're saying some great thoughts. Your homegirl, Naomi, just gave you a shout. She said, yes, Mildred well said, we need to stand up against the powers and principalities that are in charge, which is their power for wrong. So I agree with you. But I want to also add, like, how do you feel about sisters just giving it up? I'm not saying that's all, because you have your Oprah, you have a lot of great actors, you have a lot of great entrepreneurs that didn't give their, give it up compromise. They kept their standards, and they did what they had to do and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And also, my girl said about Devon, but how you feel about those girls who give it up? Okay. Or guys who sold those, so who give it up too, give their booty too. It's the truth. It's the truth. They give it up.
I'm about to take the exit.
We have a couple comments, so she's gonna say thing.
I think it's unfortunate that any woman has to feel like they have to compromise their bodies to do anything that they don't want to do.
Can I keep it a buck?
My name is Mildred Laventure, and I will never compromise my body to do anything that I don't. You know, it's like no. Wow. And I think, and I feel like some women, not all, some women feel like they have no choice.
Wow.
Why must we be born into a world where a woman feels like she has no choice but to use her body to get what she wants, what she worked for? Do guys ever feel that way?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
I can give you an example.
Oh, snap. After you go get the comment.
Something that I need to know.
I got you to go ahead, Ricardo. Go ahead, King.
I'm going to give you an example.
Go ahead, Saya.
I told you about this story. I was working at this place, and there was this lady, like, in order for me to get the job, I flirted with her. But the thing is, like, she caught feelings. And for the whole time I was there, she would be flirtatious, and she would be like this and that. And I was like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I was only flirtatious to get in the door. But
so my question to you is, do you feel like the only way for you to get a job was for you to flirt? Did you feel like
in that situation, yes.
So you don't feel like your work and your resume said enough?
At that time, I was straight out of college. And it's not what you know, it's
straight out of Compton.
It's not what you know, it's who you know. At that time, I didn't really know much people.
That's a fact.
Like, God gives you certain skills and certain assets to help you with a certain situation. Same thing.
I'm ready for these Facebook comments because God gave you a flirtatious.
No. I'm not saying that. But at that time, I was younger. I had hair. I was in good shape.
You know, in his bag.
So I had to do what I had to do to get my foot in the door. There's kids that graduate after 4 years of college, they never find a job.
That's a fact.
And they go work at like restaurants and fast food places.
That's a fact.
Or they working at like retail places.
It's who you know.
Like I had to get my exactly. I act like I knew French. I was speaking French. I was doing all kind of things.
That's a fact every day.
It's the same thing. All right, it's the same thing.
Facts.
No offense, but it's the same thing with women. Like they'll go into a certain place, they'll have like a nice.
They know how to talk.
Nice fitting dress.
They know how to dress too.
And they'll have a nice fitting dress. They'll talk a certain way. They'll fix themselves a certain way.
Facts.
They'll back their eyelashes.
Facts.
And they get stuff done.
That's right.
Don't tell me you never did that before in your life. Don't tell me.
Well, you know what it is? You're a woman of principle. You're a woman of standard. You're definitely a woman's woman, and I commend you for that. You know what I'm saying? But there's some sisters who don't know their value, who don't know themselves, that they compromise. Like for example, what's that girl name again? Her last name is Melissa Ford. She said that for her, she had to sell her soul. Like if you really want to go further in life, you have to sell your soul.
What's that girl name who married the?
No, I'm keeping it. She said that.
What's the girl name who married the SDA pastor?
Megan Good.
Yeah, Megan Good. She used to sleep around with all type of people to get where she at, but now she changed her life around.
Exactly. Speaking of which, too, Judith just said something about Devon Franklin. She said, "What about Devon Franklin? He believes his success in Hollywood was not because of compromise, but because of his faith in God." That's definitely true. I know we're talking about women though, but can't women who have faith in God be successful in Hollywood without compromise?
I'm so glad that this person. Who was that?
That's your homegirl, Judith.
Hi, Judith.
Yes, come back again, girl.
I don't know who Judith is.
Oh, Judith, Sonny's sister.
Oh, well, I just met Sonny.
Oh, wow. Yo, listen, we got to do better. We got to do better.
I'm so glad that she asked that question because you said that, you said, who was it, Ford, Melissa Ford?
She said, can't.
No, I know what she said, but you said something about Melissa Ford that she had to sell herself.
Yeah.
Right. So, as Christians, do we believe that the only way to make it out there is to sell our soul? Like,
no.
Do we honestly believe that as a Christian, I can make it, to the mainstream and still be who I am, who I was, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't have to compromise.
Of course.
Of course.
But it will depend on how rooted you are in Christ.
Exactly. Like, for example, perfect example, Chance the Rapper, he hasn't sold a soul. And people are upset the mere factor that he's being original because he doesn't want to sign with a label. There's a lot of artists that are showing that, listen, you don't need a label. You don't need to do what the man said. J. Cole is another example. For example, I remember, like, for the 2 albums, he went platinum, no features. They're like, yo, can he do it again? And I'm like to people, yeah, he could do it again. This time, he still had no features. Platinum. Kendrick, same thing. They want to be who they are.
But it depends on how original you are.
Exactly. And that's why I respect guys like Dr. Dre and guys like Eminem. They allow the artists to be who they are, to express who they are, who they want to be, and say what they want to say. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the Christian context. So I'm about that. Be who you are. Be original. You don't have to compromise. You don't have to accommodate. Be who you are, and you will make it. You know what I'm saying? I believe in that.
I got a question. Is there actually a woman out there in the Hollywood industry that actually still have their Christian values from when they were low to where they are right now? Is there actually one who never, did anything to compromise their relationship with Christ just to be where they are right now? Can you name one?
Well, I can't name one because I don't know them personally. And as much as someone speaks to me via a screen, I don't know you. I don't know what goes behind closed doors. You could be a pastor. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You understand? But for me, I think that
somebody said Oprah. You agree? Judith said Oprah.
I can't agree or disagree. I can't because I don't know you. You can sell me a story all you want, but I don't know. And another reason why I'm saying that is because, whether or not you're in mainstream, as a human being, I'm constantly growing. I'm ever changing. So the Christian that I was at the age of 16 or 30 or 45 will constantly be evolving. So who am I to say that, are you the same Christian as you were when you were low? Of course not.
My man Gary said Oprah's in Christian. We know Oprah isn't Christian, Gary. We know that, King. Yes, of course, Si. We know that.
All right.
T.D. Jakes said it best. He said, do not let your past dictate your future. People oftentimes, when they talk about their weakness in Christ, they said, I grew up without a father, I grew up without a mother, I grew up poor, I grew up this. The way you started is not the way you're going to be by the end of your life.
That's true.
Like, you guys know me when I was younger. The person I was when I'm younger is not the person that I am now, obviously.
Gary, you stupid. My man said, believe God also. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So Judith wrote that she believes in God. I just want to say that just because you believe in God don't mean you're a follower of Christ. Just like Lucifer, he believes in God. We already know where his faith lies.
Yeah.
He's not a Christian.
Exactly. So exactly, but he believes in God. You see, there's 2 sides of believing in God. There's believing in God as there's trusting and obeying in God, and there's the believing in God where you acknowledge who God is, but you don't take him as your Lord and your Savior. My man Gerard, who's a chef, I got to give a shout out to my man Gerard. You feel me? We about to do some big things. Next year I can't get into the details, but we about to get this money, y'all. I'll leave it as that. So with that being said, I want to
shout out to my boy Stevie. I see you.
Yeah, I see you too. My man said, I did not sell my soul. It might take longer, but stay who you are and your time will come. I want to just give his testimony. He came from nothing, and but this guy's a great cook. And you guys, for those who know me, I like to eat. So I like good food.
Yo, shout out to C&J's, bro.
TNG.
Yeah, TNG, because that Rasta pasta was off the hook last night.
Yes.
It was way better than Footprint.
Yes.
Wow.
Facts. Yes. No.
Let me say positive promotion.
No. Part of the real word is that we promote black businesses and we come together, support each other. You know what I'm saying?
How do you do that? You leave Footprints alone.
No. But let me explain. Right, the thing is that how I met him was he told me to try his food, and from eating his food like for the whole year till this day, like I've been eating that Rasta pasta.
I don't think y'all should have kicked Footprints down.
Nah, we're not kicking Footprints. I'm just saying.
That was a kick. That was a New York Timberland kick. Like, that was the New York
Footprints, we
boots.
love you. If you want to send us stuff for free.
Nah, we good. TNG, baby. We support TNG. Like I said, we need to go to TNG one day. But I wanted to basically ask, so But what are the repercussions that this man is gonna face with what he's doing?
Well, unfortunately, here how the money comes to play. The contract that he signed for his job, there's a clause or something in it that says if ever he were to be like charged with like sexual abuse or whatever it is during his time in this company, if he pays a certain fee, then, in other words, if he pays a certain sum, he'll be okay. He's able to get his job back. So, and I guess that's what people are arguing about, people are fighting about, like, how is that in your contract? So it's like, was that an expectation already for you to be doing these things? You know, so pretty much right now, they fired him, but I guess if he pays a check.
I heard also his wife left him too, I heard.
I'm not, perhaps, I didn't get that update, but I know that, But
I want to mention something very important. There's a lot of weird things going on in Hollywood. A lot of weird things going on in Hollywood, and we gotta just put it out there. And I respect my man Dave Chappelle, man, because Dave Chappelle has standards, and I'm gonna say how he has standards. He has standards because he's one of like the fewest comedians and actors who didn't wear a dress. You feel me? He did not wear a dress. He forbid to look like a woman, like, you know, straight up. And I want to salute him. And the thing is that he didn't sell his soul. And he talked about how Martin is a strong guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy who knows who he is. And he said, how is it a good guy like Martin Lawrence, a guy who's sane, running outside naked with a gun in his head and be like, yo, they trying to kill me. They trying to kill me. You know, so there's a lot of weird things that are going in Hollywood. A lot of weird things. No, I'm telling you. I mean, especially with this transgender thing. You know what I'm saying? I got to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Messing with little boys, little girls. There's a lot of weird things that are going on. You know, people are into spirits. You know, channeling spirits. There's a lot of weird things that are going on. Just to keep it a buck with you. You know.
But this whole world has changed a lot. But a lot of things that are going on now, they occurred in the Bible. They occurred during the times of the Romans. It's
yes.
Like, when I was young, this guy taught me a valuable lesson that I'll keep right now. He said, "You're not going to reinvent the wheel." As in, like, the same things keep reoccurring in human history over and over and over. It's just that it's happening in a different time. Like, the building might be different, the walls might be different, the people might be dressed different, but it's the same devil and the same God that's fighting basically on top of us. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against false principalities and spiritual wickednesses in high places. So the same things that these people like Noah, Joseph, Daniel, Moses were facing, the same thing we're facing today.
Facts.
It's just like now we're less in tune with the Holy Spirit. As in, like, the way these people were able to connect with the Holy Spirit, a lot of us nowadays, we're not able to do it, so therefore evil afflicts us even more.
Wow. That's real. That's real. That's real. I'm lost my... I'm going to be going in.
He lost his words.
Yes, lost his words. So basically, we want to definitely talk about you for a second. We're going to get on the school, but I wanted to ask my man, Sonny, you wanted to talk about friendship. So I know you have something you want to share. I know you want something to share.
Yeah, friendship, but actually I wanted to talk about something that actually can make or break friendship.
Okay.
So this year, since the beginning of January, and I have one more to go to in the month of November, I've been invited to a lot of weddings. A lot of weddings. And, you know, everybody loves weddings. And there are a couple of weddings I haven't been invited to. Not that I'm mad because I haven't been invited to. It's just, no. It's just that, like, you know.
Was that the wedding?
No.
I wasn't at weddings. No, but it's not personal. The thing is, remember, listen, weddings are expensive. That's number one.
No, that's the thing.
They're expensive, and the thing is, I think once we get it, we have money. Once we get it, I think if we know somebody that's our friend, our family, we should all chime in like the Italians do and pay for the wedding. I believe in that, you know what I'm saying, as a community.
Wait, I could contest to that. Sorry, I'm going to give it back to you. I contest to that.
Facts.
Like, I had over 200 guests. Like, you know our situation, that's why.
Okay, we good.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
It's all good.
But, like, my church kicked in a lot because it was the women from my church, like the deaconess that cooked for the wedding.
Yeah.
Because to have it catered was gonna be so expensive, and with over 200 guests, it was very expensive. So the church helped in. The church gave my family a check for the wedding.
That's
so,
love.
They gave us.
That's love.
Because I grew up in that church.
That's love.
And I've invested a lot of money in that church.
That's
too.
love.
So,
salute to, what's the name of your church?
Jordan River.
Now, before Jordan River, salute to
Laudis.
Laudis say for that, man. Salute you. They ain't cheapskates. Salute for that.
Yeah,
Respect.
so like a lot of people came out and showed love. Shout out to Blue Angels. Shout out to Gas Man.
That's
Shout out
real.
to the Franco-Haitian
That's love.
Youth Federation Choir.
They
like,
pay for that joint.
Shout out to Ralph and his band. They played.
That's
so
beautiful.
I incorporated a lot of people from within the community to come help and work together, you know? So like,
that's love.
And I saved a lot of money that way.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Definitely did. So basically, like some people, certain weddings, certain people expected to be there. They weren't. They were disappointed. No, they were disappointed.
The way you said it, that's the way you said it, bro. I felt it the way you said it.
Oh my God.
I felt it. I mean, it's not a bad, but I just feel for the viewers. I felt the joint.
But then you gotta understand, like, you know, like Ricard said, he saved a lot of money for his wedding. But certain weddings, like people have expectation of what your wedding's supposed to be like. And if you don't meet that expectation, then I guess your wedding is whack. Then again, you don't want to invite those people because they're not in it to celebrate your unity. They just want to be there for the
to eat,
an open bar, and they don't even buy you a gift or whatnot. It's like come on.
There was a lot of people that didn't give me no gifts, give me no money.
Yo, listen, y'all owe my man gifts, you understand?
That cash did not add up.
Facts.
On the plane.
Oh my gosh.
Do the math. I agree. And that's why for me, when I get married, baby, I'm not inviting everybody, understand?
No,
it's not personal.
You don't
exactly.
You don't have to
I
invite
agree.
everybody. But the thing is,
I agree.
Like for me, the people who are not invited, there's no reason to feel salty that
No, of course not. It's
invited.
expensive. It's expensive.
It's very expensive. And for me, like if I haven't talked to someone who has like if I haven't talked to someone in like more than 3 years, you really think I'm gonna invite you no matter what like our past had looked like?
Facts.
Like have you kept up with my current events? Like what are you doing to aid me into having a better relationship with my fiance or soon to be wife?
Facts.
You know, like come on, like people expect.
They don't ask you a question. They don't ask you a question.
They don't actually know like what is going on with your life. So are they truly your friend?
It's like they want to come, but they don't even know you like that.
Exactly. They just, you know.
I want to basically. Dana says, she asked you a question. She said, but we all can answer.
Yo,
she said,
shout out to Dana. When you gonna come on this show? First of all. Because I've been asking you a few times.
Dana be hiding.
I didn't even know you had a Facebook.
Dana be hiding.
And you're going to jump out and
Dana
ask
need to
about
stop
Haitian.
hiding.
Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Stefan. Shout out to Natalie.
Shout out to my cousin Reggie. Salute to your Dana. Stop.
And we Haitian and we SDA and we don't hitch because your mom, your grandma, your aunt, everybody in church gonna be mad at you if they don't come to the wedding. And you know that.
So she asked you what you think about hitching? What y'all all think about hitching?
We don't do hitching, bro.
Facts.
We don't do that.
What is hitching?
Define hitching.
Hitching is hitching is basically when you elope. Like, say for example, just you and the person run off and get married in Vegas or something.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I mean, unless you have like a lot of enemies that you have a lot of that really can't stand you.
Who makes these rules?
I mean, me.
Who makes these rules?
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to hear your thoughts.
You could do as you please. If you want to go hitch, go hitch.
Okay, to each his own, baby.
Wait, exactly. Like,
how your mama gonna feel about that?
why is it, the wedding's not for her? Me getting married is not for her.
Okay, but a wedding is a celebration of your love with your friends and family and your loved ones.
If that's the case, just go to City Hall.
So why can't we just have a wedding without the woman? Like,
What?
if it's
Without
just a
the woman?
celebration, then why you need to have a wife? I thought the wedding was for the wife.
No. The wedding is a celebration of your love so that you can share with your friends and
Facts.
family and close ones.
It's the
But all right, let's keep it a buck.
I didn't even know you was getting married, bro, until you just said, I'm married, I proposed. That was it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
friends, family, and loved ones don't really know what's going on in your head. You really just dropped the bomb on them. So
Yeah. But look, how long have I known you for?
years, bro. Since junior high.
Exactly. So you don't think I'm going to invite you, though?
No, but I'm saying in a sense of your decision is based by yourself. So
but
so
that was the cause. The effect was the effect of the result was the wedding. But then, of course, since you're a friend of mine that I've known for years, I shared that moment with you, so I invited you. If I had a wedding and I didn't invite you, how would you feel?
I wouldn't feel no way.
No, back to him.
No. Question. I got a question.
Answer that question. No. Answer that question.
You see what you started, Sonny? Sonny's fault.
I'm going to keep it a buck. It's going to be like, you're not invited to mine.
Let me say something.
I respect that decision.
I want to say something, though. I want to say something, right? One of my mans, right? He, first and foremost, weddings are very expensive because I walked at a couple of weddings. And my man wedding who got my man who got married to shout out to my man Abraham who got married to Becky, and he basically told me, "Dad, people is going in tonight with the comments." But let me just say my point before we get to the comments. And he spent like over $30,000.
That's expected
On that wedding. You know what I'm saying? We all had to put our share. You know, everybody had to put $250 and stuff like that. And also too, I had to pay to go to Chicago, so it was a lot of stuff like that. And the thing is that one of my men who got married, he really wanted me to come to his wedding. But the reason why he wanted me to come to his wedding, because the thing is that, he had a child out of wedlock, and a lot of church folk abandoned him. Haitian churches, you know how they do it.
Oh.
And basically, I'm not telling you shots, but it is what it is. And I held him down when he was going through it and everything. And he was like, him and his girl was like fiending for me to come to their wedding. Because I really held them down, because a lot of people played them, and I was there for them. And I was like, bro, it's okay, because I know they have no space. He said, boy, you got to come to my wedding. You got to come to my wedding. Like his mother was like, I said, there's no space in the house, but we will make you sleep in the kitchen. I'm like, yo, boy, it's not a big deal. Like, enjoy your wedding. But he was going in, like, you got to come to my wedding, because you helped me and my lady down when I was going through it, when I had my child out of wedlock. A lot of people abandoned me, helped me down. So the thing is that it was like, because I'm not bougie, so to put it out there, you feel me? I'm not bougie. It was like, yo, we got a spot for you, but they don't have no hot water. I'm like, okay, it's all good. I'm from the hood, you feel me? We used to that, you feel me? So, I'm cool with that. It's not a problem. And the thing is that we had a good time. You know me, I'm the turn-up king, you feel me? The party ain't going to be lit unless I'm there, you feel me? Yo, bro, you don't know, bro. All right, we'll see. We'll see. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. We'll see. All right. So you know what? When I have a party, a little gathering, I want you to be there. We're going to see what's up. But the thing is that the reason why I'm saying all this is because at the end of the day, I don't think, you inviting me, you not inviting me, that determines our friendship. It's more than just the wedding. It has to be the marriage. It's about supporting the marriage.
Guys, let's get to the questions really quick, because there's a lot of questions.
Just one question before Okay, so what actually determines, like, who gets invited amongst your friends? Like, who would even associate, people like that? Like, what would determine that person have to be there?
Loyalty.
Hold on. I'm about to
I could answer this question easily. Here's how me and my wife did it. We did sections. The first section was close family members, mother, brother, sister, father, everybody else. Second list was church family.
Man.
Third list was like neighborhood family.
Facts.
Like people that you grew up with, people that you went to school with, all that. Like third was maybe like school and work. The school and work is not as close as like your friends in your block and friends that you grew up with. And then like the last group was like maybe the others, maybe someone that did something special for you, or like a friend of a family that like came around every now and then.
Facts.
So like that's how I determine my list.
Would you about to say something? Go ahead, my dear.
Yeah, I mean, like there are people who helped me become who I am today, and I can't forget them. They have to come to my wedding, or who, like, let's say if
Yo, I'm gonna spend a lot of money because I know it's a lot of people.
No. I mean,
it is what it is. It's love. Oh well.
There are.
It is what it is.
I mean, well, you might have more. I might have more, less, whatever. But whoever like currently has been in my life, someone who's been through a problem with me, definitely deserves to be in my wedding. Someone who's wishy-washy, no.
Heck no.
No.
And there are people out there, unfortunately, they cry. They cry because you know, they feel guilty that the person that did them dirty, that they have to invite them to come to the wedding because of image. I agree.
Okay.
And it's more than just having someone that you see every day. Someone who actually impacts your life.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's why people get hurt, because they think that the facade that they give, that there's just, you know, just chilling with you all the time, will make you think that, okay, we're good. Like, come to my, no. Like, if you're not worth $120 per plate, you're not worth it. I'm sorry.
That's real.
You know,
Hold on.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
Last question before.
Last question, and then we gotta go to the comments
It's not a question.
because the comments is blowing
I
up.
grew up lawless, I would say. In the sense of I grew up without tradition. I don't have none of that restrictions of this is how you're supposed to do things, this is how you're supposed to live. I don't really, so my mind, I would say, is pretty much more open to the topic of, do you have to invite somebody that hasn't been, say, we grew up together. In the last couple of years, we grew distance. I'm going to keep it a buck.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep it a buck. You didn't have to invite me to your wedding, bro. You didn't have to, and I honestly probably wouldn't feel no type of way. We weren't talking like that. I didn't expect to be on the best man team because we weren't talking like that. Even though we grew up together, doesn't mean that we still are together, like in the sense of friendship-wise. So you don't have to invite people that helped you in the past. You don't, if they're not currently helping you. You have to let the past be the past. That's why I said, who sets the rules for this tradition of stuff? The people who are in the past don't have what we have today. They don't have social media. They don't have a way to find out things quicker like we do. Like you can see somebody being fake nowadays way quicker than you could see back in the day. So of course weddings were bigger. Weddings don't have to be big anymore. You don't have to invite people you genuinely don't like or you don't like anymore. Like you can
Yeah, but at that time, like I said, like we grew up together. Like used to be at my house almost every day, and even though like life happened, obviously, like you know, life happened. Like especially when you try to make a life for yourself, and then you get a woman in your life, and then you had your family, I had my family, so we were busy. Like we became men, but at the same time, like I said, you was at my house almost every day, so like. You know, you was like a brother to me, so I couldn't leave that out.
He valued what y'all used to have.
Yes.
So let's go to the questions.
Let's start with Dana. Dana, who be hiding. You said invite people you love and love you back. I agree. Naomi, when does a man decide he wants to get married?
Wait. You skipped a few.
No. We're going from the bottom to the top. Bottom to the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. When does a man decide he wants to get married? Fellas?
You guys answer it. I'll be quiet.
I would say when you feel like you had enough. It's like this guy right here. He tagged in an Instagram post in a picture with my wife and I. He was like, just when you think that he's gonna be a savage for the rest of his life and he's gonna jump from girl to girl, he busts out through the door. And they had me and my wife with our hands up.
That's him, bro.
No. He tagged us in the picture. He's like, and then you bust out the door and you married. He was like, oh, good luck, and I hope your kids look like her.
That's a fact. I
Yeah.
still believe that.
I guess we'll see in a couple months. So like, man, you made me lose my train of thought. So yeah, boom.
Yeah.
So there we go. So it's like, I guess when you feel like you had enough, like me,
Enough of what?
enough women, enough party, enough fornication, enough living lawless and living crazy.
So that means that it's not dependent on the woman at all. It's dependent on you.
Well, you're the one that the man is.
Damn, Mildred, you need to be a female co-host.
Let me answer your question.
I'm happy she don't have no back better than intense.
It's a real question.
Guys, I'm gonna answer the question.
So it doesn't
wow.
matter about the women. It's
all
just when
got
you're ready.
All right,
We all got it.
I'm gonna keep this 100.
Keep it
This is
1,000.
This is Ricard, how he feels.
This is the real word.
This is Ricard.
This is the real word, and you know.
This is Ricard, this is how he feels.
Don't scratch your head. Just say it.
No. Kamel, you knew to owe me, right? Kamel, you knew to owe me. Like, I used to go to the club every week, pop bottles. We used to do the VIP stuff. He was there with me. We used to just get girls, you know? Like, we used to brag about having women in rotation. Like, we was living like that. Like,
I'm not telling nobody what.
But he's saved though, he's saved.
I'm keeping it 100.
Yes, facts.
I'm keeping it 100.
And I respect that.
And like, I would have like a few girlfriends at a time sometimes, and like
They
were girls that were friends.
I'm not.
I did not. All right, guys. I did not value myself. I could say, you know, and because I was lost as a boy, I did boyish things. I wasn't serious with women. I didn't do things seriously. My wife, she started at the time we were just friends, but when I started hanging out with her, she was saying, "Oh, how come you don't hang out with me on Saturdays?" I said, "Because I go to church." And she laughed. She's like, "You're not serious." I'm like, I'm dead serious. Like, I go to church. She's like, "Yeah, alright." She's like, "I'm gonna come with you." I'm like, "Yeah, alright." so she came to church with me. And the first time we went to church, we went to Shiloh SDA on Eastern Parkway. And from that day, and it's like 2.5 years later, she's been going to church with me every single week.
Yes.
I got baptized over, and I got baptized with her. After we got baptized together,
She's on it.
we got married.
Salute to Miss Gina Well.
And we've been keeping it together.
Real talk.
So it was the friendship that grew into love, and we incorporated God in it.
That's real.
And because I was introducing her to the faith, I had to take my faith more seriously.
Okay.
And it brought me closer to God.
That's real.
And like in those years, a lot of different things has happened. Like, you know, I became a youth leader, then I became an ordained deacon after I became the associate chaplain for the Franco-Haitian Youth Federation, and recently I've been appointed elder. So it's like there's a lot that has happened. And
Facts.
It's through the grace of God and through my relationship, because my relationship helped me to mature. You know, now I have more responsibility, and because I'm not only responsible for my life, but for the life of my family, I take life more seriously, and I understand God from where I was to where God has brought me.
Thank you, Judy, for love. Wow, amazing.
So you're saying that you decided that you wanted to get married because that relationship changed who you are, helped change who you are, as opposed to everyone else.
Yes.
Maybe speaking on his behalf.
No, I just want to make sure I understand that our viewers understand.
Yes.
Okay.
My relationship with her helped me to get closer to God, because I introduced her to God. I used to introduce people to negative things, but you know, what were those
negative things?
Talk. Let's not talk.
My man said pop bottles. My man said pop bottles, living recklessly. That's what he just said.
He was there.
He was there. He said it already.
I want to hear everyone else, because I'm really interested. I'm really interested.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Oh God.
The life you introduced was appropriate for that age, bro. Yeah. We were young. You're supposed to explore the world, because your whole life you've been sheltered.
We were like the prodigal son.
We had to go out there and see what the world was like. A lot of times we were speaking facts like, yo, these hoes will really do anything for money.
Oh.
That's when we actually learned about the power of money.
I do apologize.
No, this is the real word. We are saying way worse things than that, okay?
This is what it is. 2017.
Facts.
Doesn't mean you degrade women right in front of me. Like, no.
Well, I agree.
I
agree.
Yellow scratching the head.
I agree.
All right. So these women who probably gave some stuff up freely.
Okay. Yo, Mildred, you're amazing. Mildred, you are amazing.
You're not one of them. Just because you're categorized as a woman doesn't mean that when I say a woman is a hoe, doesn't mean I'm talking about you.
I know I'm not that, so I'm not offended in that way. But
so I can say hoe because they were hoes. They were. Like,
just answer the question.
We don't put bottles
just
on their
answer the
backs.
question. I can't.
Yo!
So wait. So what were you?
Huh?
What were you?
I was a young kid at 20.
No. Did you see the difference? How he labeled himself?
Yo, Judith just said that's the
He labeled
Judith just said
a young
that's
kid.
the Trump locker room talk in the open.
Ladies, I'm on your side. I am on your side, ladies. I am not taking this. You can't label yourself a young boy and label the women hoes.
I could label myself as whatever I want to be.
You should have been a hoe.
They did call me a hoe. They definitely did. Like, they called us all hoes.
I used to be a hoe too. I was in my whole face.
I just never wanted to call myself one.
But I was going right.
What you call me a hoe though?
How do you feel on the sister, right?
I just want him to answer the question.
On the sister, right? How do you feel about what the Bible talks about in Proverbs 7 about don't be with the harlot woman, because she's a harlot. And when the Bible talks about Proverbs 31, find yourself a virtuous woman. Because the Bible talks about, because the Bible said that Homer was a prostitute. And we know what a prostitute, we're not, you know, I'm not magnifying. I wouldn't say hoe, you feel me? But I would say
you got a little smile on your face, but okay.
but there are hoes.
I thought this was the real.
There are hoes.
It is real. If we're gonna use a-holes, you gotta label yourself too.
Let me keep it real. Like, all right, for guys, they fight guys. No. For guys, there are bed bugs. For guys, there are guys that are bed bugs. They just suck you dry. There's guys, there are dogs. They're little chihuahuas. You feel me? There's some guys, there's some monkeys, you know what I'm saying? For some girls, there's some pigeons. Or for guys, donkeys too, you feel me? Some guys, leeches, washed up. No, washed up like Anjima, you feel me? Yeah, snakes,
sharks,
peasants, cows. Exactly. So the thing is that in regards to that, we know for a fact that, you know, in the midst of there is those type of girls, you know what I'm saying, who don't love themselves, who don't know their worth. There are phenomenal, wonderful women like yourself. And I think that we need to teach our sisters. You don't have to give yourself, you don't have to give your body to people. You don't have to be on back page while you're in church. But anyway, continue to what you're saying.
Answer the question.
There shouldn't be no shaming though, because everyone has a past.
Facts, we are facts.
I'm not shaming. I'm just.
At the time, they were.
Can you just continue? Just answer the question, please.
Wow, answer the question.
It was more of a response to him. Like, I don't feel that the concept of that life was to live life to its fullest. When we was living, we had honest, but we were, other than the drinking part, I think that was the main thing that really risked our life. We was really just having fun. A lot of times, keep it a buck, we went there and we was just enjoying the party scene. We was just dancing with girls, and when we leave the night, we'd be like, yo, damn, I could have got mad bitches. Like, we didn't even think about that. We was just turning up. That's a fact, right? That's a fact. We weren't thinking about...
But thank God for restoration. Thank God for transformation. Amen. Thank God. Because he changes. And you know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is? In all honesty, on the serious side, I feel like a lot of times people make it seem that when you see a person, you see they on a real serious note. Like a lot of times you see people, like for example, for me, I put myself out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of times people say, you know, how you know a lot of OGs in your block. At one time, I was putting in that work. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't always holy. I was in church, but I lived a different type of lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? I was raised with killers. I was raised with drug dealers. I was raised with guys that I buried 20 of my friends one summer. So a lot of times people see your 1 summer, yeah, because I mean, guys put in that work. Guys put in that work, like my man who was here the other day. You feel me? He's inside for attempted murder. You feel what I'm saying? Let me finish my point. But the things that since he came out, he's been on his best behavior. I helped him in regards to writing a letter and letting him know he's been with me. He's been out of trouble. He was supposed to do 25 years. He didn't do trial. He's doing 6 months. So the thing is, I think a lot of times people need to see that. People need to see who you were back in the day for them to see who you are now in God. And I feel like a lot of times we project this notion that, hey, he gave his life to God, he's rich, he's doing his thing, and that's it. And they don't know what it took for you to get there. So I want to apologize for, you know, what you said, you know what I'm saying? But it's real, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's your experience. But if anybody was offended, just talk to him about that.
Personally,
can I just defend myself?
It's okay to have a past. Ain't nobody perfect.
Let me just defend myself.
That's not my thing.
Wait, let me just defend myself.
Now we're going to. Don't worry.
Let me just defend myself real quick. Ricard, out of everyone, who treated women with the most respect?
You did, Craig.
All right, then.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So I'm telling you that
I just don't like certain words.
And who treated women with the least bit of respect? Who do you think?
Don't say anything. But the question, are we gonna have?
We're gonna ask. We all gotta answer that question.
Wait, let's go answer the.
Wait.
You were there, but I met him.
No. We gotta answer that question too. Yeah, we need to answer that question. So, Sonny, your turn. How do you feel about that question she asked you?
First of all,
when does it mean decide you want to get married?
I just want to disagree with you on one thing. Not every man have to experience that lifestyle. Because for me, I've never experienced that life. I'm not going to say I've never experienced like going to the club or whatnot. I've been to a club, like a couple of my friends would invite me. That's like the last time I hit the club was when I was 23. 23, I'm now 26. And I really never felt comfortable in the club because that was not my scene. I'm not going to say I never enjoyed myself, but that was not my scene. I was never the type of guy to get drunk or whatnot. So, like, I just didn't want, you know.
I see you, Tamara. Yes, Sonny. I see you. Now you be clapping too.
Oh man, I see you. I just didn't want to have that experience where like some type of negative like I felt, and my mom like always put that negative energy or vibe or thought in my head that something bad is gonna happen if you do this, that. But then when I got older, it's not because of what she said. It's just that was not my scene. I didn't want to be that type of guy to experience that. And I can say like I still enjoyed life even without experiencing those things. So for me to answer Naomi's question. When does a man when he wants to get married? I could give one example of a guy. He met his wife 6 weeks before they got married. Like he knew that was her, and like he had to marry her. Until this day, they're still married with, I believe, two or three children.
You know what's so crazy? Even my man Kurt, salute to him. He knew what he wanted. The thing is that his girl probably before and I wouldn't commend this. I don't see the purpose of you being with somebody for like over 5 years. There's no purpose, there's no intent. He met her 6 months. He got married to her. My man Clifford, 6 months, got married to her. So the thing is that, like I said, if you know what you want, you know who you are in God, this is the person that God has for you, go for it. I mean.
Not only that, but what similarities do you guys share? Like, do you guys share the same faith?
Of course.
Are you guys do you have a plan financially? Like, where do you guys want to live in the next couple of years? How many children? Have you discussed those type of things? So you're not just in a relationship just to be in a relationship, but you know that I chose you to be my partner. Like, I want this to go here. And if this is not where you want to go, then we should not be together.
I agree.
And that's how I decide. Like,
I agree. I want to answer that.
Yeah, go ahead.
And basically, for me, when does a man decide he wants to get married? I feel like this. I feel that if you love God, you will love yourself, and if you love yourself, you will love the person that God has for you. And I feel that once you're building, we're all building our empires. You know what you want. I don't see what's the problem for me.
Quick question for you. So you said something about when you love, the person. So does finances play a role for you?
Finances,
or is it just love? Do you feel like when you're ready financially, when you have the job that you want, the car that you want, does that play a role?
Listen. I believe this. I believe that you should be. I believe that
yes, it does.
Listen. I believe that there should be some form of income that comes into play. You know what I'm saying? Some form of income that comes into play on both ends. You know what I'm saying? We need to be stable financially. But we could build. I mean, we could start doing the city hall thing first, and from then and there we could build. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about money. You know what I'm saying? But it does take money for things to happen. But
as a guy, you have to provide.
But exactly. But the sole basis of marriage is not because of money. So yeah. But like I said, for all the Miss Cameau out here, the Miss Cameau, like I said, I'm telling you, I'm looking, If y'all with it, I'm with it. I don't have no time for games, My doctor told me I'm fertile, you understand? So I'm here, amen. All right,
guys.
Very fertile. And SD free, yes.
Back to the questions.
I was going to ask a question to them.
No, just answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer the
My
question.
question was about marriage, but all right.
No, we come back.
All right.
Come
so
back.
They asked him, when does a man decide when he wants to get married?
Yes.
I'll decide when I want to get married when I am done building myself. Because I feel like when you're in a relationship, you are distracted because you got someone else telling you their thoughts on you. And you have someone else telling you their thoughts on you. I've been in a relationship. Me, definitely. During my younger days, I was definitely dying. And I was also in a relationship.
Testify.
I can tell the truth that in a relationship, you have outside voices telling you how you should live. The best way to build yourself is to actually block out all outside voices.
I wish you would.
Stop
listening to, oh, I should be married or I should be looking for a relationship. Build on yourself. Become the best you available, and then you can find the best possible.
He's done it.
But I'm not wrong.
I love that answer. I think
but
it's great.
I heard you say something. The thing is that in regards to that, like, I feel like this, right? If I'm in a relationship with somebody, I don't feel a person that's not putting money in my pockets, number one, who's not supporting me, what you have to say is irrelevant. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, guys like Ricard, guys like Patrick, like good of my friends, guys from my block. Like, for example, like, my mans could live a certain lifestyle. You understand? But I live the God lifestyle. I'm not going to hate on his lifestyle. That's his lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? My objective is to lift them up, to let them know, listen, bro, it's more bigger than selling drugs. It's more than doing things in the street. You know what I'm saying? So
That's not your job, bro.
No, as a friend, my job is to motivate. Listen. My job is to listen. My job is to motivate, to inspire you. And the thing is, you don't think so?
That's not your job, bro.
As your friend,
That's not
the best.
Nah,
So
you're
my
playing
job.
the same role as the women and everyone else in the world. You're playing that role of trying to tell them what to do.
No, I'm not telling them what to
You're
do.
not doing it by force, but you're still saying,
I'm not telling them what to do. I'm
you
not
just
saying
said to lift them up.
No.
Why do you think he was down?
No. Listen, when I say lift them up, I'm talking about, okay, we was raised in the hood, and you know, there's a certain kind of mindset. Mm-hmm. I don't force nobody to, you got to leave this lifestyle, you got to do that. But if we having conversations, and I talk about what they talk about, because you know I'm a big hip hop fan. I'm into music, you know, and I'm into the style. But I'm gonna, like, you know, we definitely talk about the Illuminati. They bring prayer, they bring God up, and they ask me questions, and I answer them. And also too, we do different type of community service thing. They're like, yo, bro, how can I get down? So by doing that, I'm uplifting them. So I feel like as a friend, my goal is to uplift them. Because look at my man. My man just went inside, right? He been to church with me. But let's keep it real, like, keep it a buck. There's times, like, before you go to church, he smokes. Like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, bro, you shouldn't be smoking.
He smoked weed?
You smoke weed. But
That's a whole different.
you see what it is, right? I see the time it is.
You doing it.
You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And he does certain things, you know what I'm saying? But
I'm gonna give you a perfect example,
Yeah.
right? I have this.
Questions.
I had this friend. He was like a brother to me, and you know this person, Cameau. And it's like every day I was with this dude. He got locked up. When he got locked up, he did 3.5 years on Rikers. When he came home, his whole 3-year bid, I held him down. Like, I used to take stuff out my closet and send it to him. I used to take 2 trains and 3 buses to go see him on Rikers. And it's like, I held him down his whole bid. When he came home, I picked him up. I gave him 3 pairs of sneakers. I gave him a pair of phones.
That's
I gave
love.
him a pair of Air Maxes, and I gave him a North Face jacket.
That's love.
I held him down the whole time.
that's love. That's why I've never got robbed in my block.
But listen.
Talk.
Then
Facts.
after that,
Facts.
like, he started to do what he was doing. He started hanging out with the same people he was hanging out with before he got locked up the first time. He ended up getting locked up again. When he got locked up again, he hit me up. He asked me to, like, bail him out. I was like, listen, bro, I'm dealing with my life right now, and there's a lot going on. I can't take that risk of signing your bail, knowing that you have a pattern of behavior that is risky to yourself.
That's love.
And if I put my name on that bail, I'm risking my life and my future.
That's
that I can't
love.
do at that second. And he called me a snake. He cursed me out. He told my
Now he
sister.
bugging.
He told my sister to SMD. And I was like, bro, and I had to run up on him because, you know, we come from that. So I was like, yo, bro, like, you can't be talking like that.
Who told that? Wait. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Who he told that to? Yeah?
He told that to my older one. So it's like I caught him in the dry cleaner, and I'm like, yo, bro, you can't be talking like that. Like, you already know, like, where we come from, and you already know what it is. And he was like, all right, just stay out my way. I said, all right, I'm gonna stay out your way. You're gonna do what you're gonna have to do in life, and I'm gonna do what I have to do in life. And obviously, you guys see where I'm at now.
Facts.
And you know where this guy ended up? Right back in Rikers.
But I want.
Wait, the story's not done.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Even after all that happened, last week I spoke to God. And when I speak to God, I really speak to God. And God was like, the first lesson that Jesus Christ gave us was for forgiveness.
Facts.
And the last thing he said on the cross was, forgive them, Father, for they not know what they do.
Facts.
So what I did was, I drove an hour to Queens, back to Rikers. I rode that bus back to Rikers. And it took me 3.5 hours waiting to go through processing, to go through scans and
Trust
everything.
me, I was there the other day for my
Just-
man who's in there right now.
Just to go see him again.
Facts.
And when I sat there, he even knew I was coming. And when he walked out of the cell, he was looking around. And then he was like, he didn't even know who came to visit him. And then I stood up, I said, yo. He was like, oh shit. He was like, yo, this nigga. And I was like, yeah. He's like, yo, that's crazy, because I was thinking about you this whole time. But you know, pride does that to you sometimes. Pride does that to you when you want to pick up the phone and talk to somebody. But then pride does that to you. He's like, yo, pride will get somebody killed.
Facts.
And I was like, you're right. And I said, but I spoke to God. And he looked at me and was like, what you mean? I said, yo, I spoke to God. And God said to come see you because we needed to see each other at this time. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to be the last time I see you, the last place that I see you, because he's facing some charges right now.
Wow.
He might have to, you know. So I'm like, yo, but I was like, that day when you said what you said, I took it to heart. And I took it on the chin. I had to let it go.
Facts.
In order for me to keep living, I had to forgive you. I forgave you. But you asked to live your life, so I give you space to live your life. And now I'm at where I'm at, and now you at where you at. And it's like my life went forward, but your life kind of went backwards because you right where you was at 4 years ago.
Facts.
And then he was like, yeah, you're right. That's crazy, bro.
Facts.
That's crazy. And I was like, yeah, man, like, that's how life is. And then, like, we spoke about old times and everything else. I told him about how life has changed and what I've been up to. And he was like, damn, bro, you doing your thing. I said, yeah, bro, because you wanted to boss up. So I gave you your space to boss up. And I had to do my thing as well. Even when I came home and I went to go see my pops, I was telling my pops was like, everybody told me the same thing, like, you really went to see him? My wife said the same thing, my sisters, my father, my mom. It was all shocked. And he was like, why? And I said, because of God. And every time I said, because of God, everybody looked at me like, I'm like, yo, if I'm preaching the doctrine of Christ, and I'm saying that I'm a man of God,
That's right.
the first thing I'm supposed to do as a Christian is forgive. And if there's a person in need, regardless of what they did, because he did not even know what he did.
Facts.
And it took him being locked up for him to reflect on really what he did in his whole life as a whole. And I feel like
Watch it, Dana.
that's the same.
Watch it.
That's the same thing with all of us. Like life forces us to sit down and reflect upon life.
Facts.
So like a lot of things that's going on right now is temporary, but the things that have longevity we oftentimes overlook.
Yo, I have to add on to that too. The thing is that what I was saying in regards
I'll pass
to
the
that,
mic just for Dana,
yeah,
right?
The thing is that what I want to say in regards to that too. The thing is that you don't know how many of like the OGs, the big homies, you know, that I prayed for, that cried, and was like, "Your pastor, I'm proud of you. I want to change my life." You know what I'm saying? Like my man, I help him, you know, with his situation. You know, I was in the court with him, and you know, I wrote his letter, got it notarized, and big homies, I'm like, yo, Sanders, one thing I respect about you is like, you know, and pastors, people don't need to understand that at the end of the day, like, you haven't forgotten where you come from. You have a standard, of course, but you have not forgotten where you come from. And you always uplift us, you always encourage us, you always build us. So as Christians, we don't have to force them, you know what I'm saying? They know the standards that we represent, but we have to love them. We have to encourage them. We have to love, you know, we did a diaper drive. They're like, yo, boy, that's some John Gotti stuff you guys just did. You guys did a diaper drive. The church has been for over 25 years. You guys did a lot of community service initiatives. You're paying for people's groceries. You're paying for people's rent. You're actually helping people. We got to uplift our people. You know what I'm saying? Especially now with Trump being in office. So that's what we have to. We can't force people, but we have to uplift people to becoming better.
I think the best gift you could give anybody is telling them to depend on themselves. Because in a sense, Ricard,
But the Jews don't depend on themselves.
That's not a message of love.
In Ricard's sense that he was giving the guy money while he was in jail, helping the bail, that wasn't a gift. Because he took...
That was love.
Nah, but that's not a great... Love isn't the best gift, because sometimes love forces you to lie. It does. When you love somebody, you don't want to hurt their feelings.
It's not love.
My friend.
Okay.
No.
All right. But in a sense of that situation, that wasn't love, because that didn't help him.
So what is love to you, bro? What is love to you?
Love, the best, honestly, to me, I'd rather trust than love. Be honest.
But
love does not always mean honesty.
But the Bible says that God is love.
I like that, Sander.
Well, when y'all talking to somebody who is not,
you gotta.
Okay, I understand. Okay, I respect that.
What means God is love doesn't honestly means nothing.
Okay, I respect that.
No, you said love is not honesty. So if it's not
I
honesty,
said sometimes
love leads.
Okay.
No, but the thing is, love is not sometimes it's honesty. Love is always true. What he did there, he was being straight up honest with him. Like, he's not gonna lie to him and be like, yo, I'm gonna bail you out, and then, yo, I know he's gonna go back. And no, he told him the truth. That's straight love. Love is, it doesn't always have to be what you want it to be. It doesn't have to make, it doesn't necessarily make you comfortable. It's just straight, honest truth. That's what love is.
Alright, if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody.
Well,
alright, so if you're uncomfortable, how you expect them to be
no,
comfortable?
because the friend didn't know what love was. Ricard knew
You
what
think he knows what love is now?
I don't know.
I bet you he does.
I think he knows what love is now because how the meeting ended. You see? Because honestly, I think if he never got locked up, me and him would never have that conversation because his pride would not allow him to have that conversation.
He was leeching.
But hold on.
Of course he was.
But let's
Of
talk
course he
about
was,
the
but-
effects of love.
Yes.
The effects of love are not always immediate, number one. Number two, when you grow up, let's say your mom has been taking care of you all your life, but you didn't value that until years later you realize the sacrifices that she's done for you. So in this situation here, he could be a leech, and he could still continue to leech if he is one, but then at some point in his life, you don't know when he turns around and say, wait, I remember that moment.
Facts.
You don't know what that can do for him. Love this, the response of love is not always immediate, and it's not always in the timing that you want it to be.
But before I
Personally.
left the cell, this is what he said. He said, "Yo, this bust my head today because you was the last person that I would expect to come here. I thought it would be my baby
That's
mom.
love, man.
I thought it would have been someone else. I never thought that it would be you. But because you came, yo, that's some real G shit." And I was like, "Yeah, man, like you already know." He said, "Yo, God brought you here." I said, "Yo, God brought me here." I said, "Yo, God changed my life because I made a promise." Because he was telling me about all the stuff that he was doing, all the crimes he was doing to get money and everything else. I told him, "Yo, bro, straight up, like the stuff that you doing and the money that you think that you was getting and the stuff that you think you was doing is nothing compared to the stuff that I'm doing now." And I told him that, like, I made a promise with God. I told God, if you help me to go 100% clean and I do right by everyone and by myself and by my family, I swear I won't do none of those things anymore. And I kept that promise, bro. And my life has been way better than it was before. I can say that. And I told him that. And I was like, "Yo, bro, like, yeah, I know you was making fun of me for saying, oh, Ricard gave his life to God. Oh, Ricard's on his preaching stuff. Ricard done switched up. He act like he don't know people in the hood no more, blah, blah." I told him, "Yo, I moved out the hood, bro. I moved far. No one even knows where I live like that." I'm like, "Yo, I live clean. I ain't got to look over my shoulder. I ain't got to do none of those things anymore. Like, I live good." And I told him, like, you could do the same thing. It's just that you was oftentimes distracted and you did not want to put in that work. You want to become a boss, but now you right back being a slave. In the same way that you were saying that I was being wishy-washy or I switched up or I was doing whatever you think I was doing, I bossed up.
That's true.
And you went back to being a slave.
That's true.
And I'm the one that's living clean. And you way back to where you first started.
Facts.
And he was like, "Yo, that's some real shit." Because no matter how tough a dude say they are, bro, you give them the truth, you give them facts, it hits them like a ton of bricks. And he's in a cell. He's going to think about that for days.
That's true.
For days. And before he left, I gave him a hug. I said, "Yo, bro, hold your head." And when he walked off, I bowed my head down. I prayed for him. I said, "God, have mercy on his soul. Help him to grow." And I left.
I just want to just say this. Basically, the thing is that I understand, you know, you have different views and you have a different mindset, which I respect because you're honest with yourself. But I just want to just let you know in regards to what love is, because there's a definition of what love is for the world and what love for is in God. So love is lust in the world. Love is feelings, emotions. It's conditional, but the love of God is unconditional. It's based on sacrifice. It's based on trust.
Why do you have to sacrifice?
Let me tell you something, because the thing is that when you love someone, you want better for them.
It's not about you.
It's not about you.
Once again,
It's selfless.
See, once again, this brings me back to how can you love someone if you don't love yourself?
No.
If it's not about me,
And that's why I said, in order to truly love yourself, you have to love God. Okay, well, to each his own, bro. I respect that. To each his own.
Like I said, I forgave myself just like God would. I done moved on and helped people just like God would. I done told people my way of living and told them you have free will to follow or not, just like God would. To my sense, y'all could shun me, y'all could say whatever y'all want about me.
No, we're not shunning you.
No, I'm just saying. But in my
you.
sense, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm in tune with myself, and I would want somebody who's also in tune with themselves, and we just mesh and get along. Like, I don't want to sacrifice going to the movies because I love you. That doesn't make sense. But
I want to tell you, even though you don't believe in God or you do believe in God, I want to let you know that
Come on, believe in God.
to each his own. No, to each his own. But the thing is that what you need to understand is that regardless you don't believe in him or you believe in him, he extended his life for you and me.
That's what the book says.
But that's what it is.
Seen it.
So you never experienced that?
No, all I've experienced is my life.
So would you ever want to experience that?
Honestly, I just want to help my family, help my friends,
okay,
live and leave a
legacy.
Okay, when you sacrifice for your family.
That's sacrificing.
Correct, use the mic.
That's sacrificing.
Sacrificing what?
No, you're giving yourself for the better of your family. That's sacrificing.
I'm not giving myself. We're together. It's a unit. Like, it's not like I'm somewhere and I'm like, I gotta sacrifice my sweat and tears for you guys. No, like we're together. This is my world. Like, my world is the people around me. I don't know about the outside world. I don't know about your world. I don't judge your world.
No, of course not.
All right. All I know is my world. I know my mom needs help. Yeah. That's my world.
But my question to you is, would you want to experience a love that's not conditional?
That's my mom. I experienced that.
Would
that's
you say
my
she sacrificed for you?
Oh.
Would you say she sacrificed certain things?
I know she sacrificed.
And as you had children, you would do the same for them.
Because that's legacy. That's the
okay,
big,
but Yo, King, let me ask you a quick question, right? Okay, so basically this is what it is. I spoke to my friend, right? And his mom sacrificed a lot for him, right? But she's a Christian. And I know we may have our different views, and that's okay. And I respect you 100%, you feel me? So it's all love. It's no malice or whatever, right? And he said, yo, bro, my mom loved me so much that she wouldn't give up heaven for me. I'm like, are you sure about that? He said, yeah. I said, okay, let me talk to your mom. His mom was there. I said, I'm not going to say his name or her name because, you know, they're on Facebook. And I said, Matan, I said, would you give heaven for your son? You love him, right? She said, yes. She said, hell no. I pray for you. I go to church with you. I do all that for you. And the thing is that you don't want to accept God. I did my part.
See, that is crazy to me.
How's that crazy?
Because...
How's that crazy?
All right. Once again, this is my real world. My real world is, how are you going to take away the one thing that you know is real, which is your son, and say, I'm not going to help you, I'm going to work for God, instead of working to help your son?
No, let me finish my point.
You don't even know if he's real.
But based on your experience, based on your experience, my thing is that
that's why I said it's crazy to me.
Based on your experience, because the thing is that I remember talking to an atheist. I said, "Do you see air?"
No, I believe in energy, though. I definitely do.
But you don't believe there's a God.
I choose not to worry about that.
No, hold on. Answer my question. Do you believe there's a God?
There has to be a God.
Okay, so how so?
Because we exist. We don't just poof out of nowhere. Like,
okay, so you understand that there is order, that there is a creator. All right, my question to you is that if you know that for a fact that there is God, would you not want to experience a love like that? Love you regardless if you fall or if you up. Love you regardless if you're broke, if you're not. There's no ulterior motive. Would you want to experience something like that? Yes or no? That's all I want to ask you.
That's my mother. She is my creator. Literally. She is my creator. I wouldn't be here if she did not give birth to me. I don't know about God.
She was part of the process.
She is a part of the process. But we will have to go way down the line to find out who started this.
But you contradicted yourself. You just told me just now that there is a creator. You told me that, right? But what you said just now, you just contradicted yourself.
My mom is my creator.
Exactly.
He's the creator. What do you mean that's contradictory? My
no,
mom is a creator.
No. Your mom was part of the process.
She's still a creator.
She's not the creator.
She's still a creator, though. She's my creator.
Okay. So okay. But But I don't know.
God didn't technically create you. She birthed you.
She birthed you. She birthed you. She didn't create you. So my question to you is this, right?
She already had.
Would you not want to experience?
She had to eat, right?
No, I'm saying she already had the genetic makeup within her.
Facts.
To create you.
Facts.
But without,
and she had the choice to end me.
Yeah, but she chose to birth you. But that was based on.
And that's when I got my name.
Yeah,
that's when
but
I
then
took my first
But
breath.
then there's also things called divine intervention. There's also things called spiritualism. Like, you don't know if God spoke to your mother and told her to
Nobody
keep you.
knows.
Exactly, but.
Why choose to worry about it?
All right.
No, we're not worrying about it. We're not worrying about it.
This is simple. This is simple, right? This is simple, right? This is simple.
Now we good, Gary. We holding our own.
This is very simple, but yeah, this is very simple, but we're confusing this thing, right?
Okay.
There's a master creator that created heaven and earth. He created a man called Adam.
Okay.
We all know that every building block, every single thing on earth is made out of what? Something called an atom.
I don't
Okay,
know
just let me finish. Every single thing is made of something called an atom. Therefore, where does that word come from? It comes from Adam. Adam grew.
Where does any word come from?
Adam was placed. Okay.
Listen. This is the main point. The main point I wanted to basically say, right?
The word came from God because in the beginning it was only darkness. And
we're not here to force you.
He spoke to everything. He spoke everything.
We're not here to force you.
No. Just let me finish my point, please. It's very simple. It's very simple.
It's not complicated. He's making it complicated.
No. I'm gonna make it very simple. God created Adam. And every single thing is made out of an atom, which means that we're made of atom. We're made out of atoms.
Yes.
You saying that your mother created you? No, your mother birthed you. She already had that genetic makeup within her. She had those atoms in her from the original Adam, which we are descendants of Adam. But Adam is a descendant of God, made in His image. Therefore, we are made in His image. Therefore, everything that we do, everything that we are, is because of Him. We are nothing without Him. We know that. But
in the Chinese culture, they don't even know who Adam is.
I understand.
But that's fine. But that just because you don't know what something is doesn't mean.
I feel like we're not.
No.
Convincing anyone right now, and that's fine.
All I basically said was something simple. All I basically said was that.
But there's Chinese Christians though.
No, hold on. There are.
It's all right. It's all right.
No. I want to just say my point. Listen. I want to just listen. I just want to just say this point and we could just finish off on this end note and talk about something else.
But those are people who use religion to manipulate politics and people. That's something different.
But hold on. Originally, it was about. No, hold on. We're way off now. Okay.
We're not off. We are.
He said. Sanders said that he wanted to uplift his friends because that's what love is. And you said that's not his responsibility. Love does not require sacrifice. But then you said in your family, that is your real world. And I guess because your mom loved you, it's okay for her to sacrifice for you. So you believe in sacrificing for love in terms of family. And he believes that in terms of family and friends. And we can agree with that. And it's fine. And we can move on from there. Because we're going to agree to this.
No, I agree. Okay. And all I asked was something simple. I just asked this king right here, Sire. I asked him. I respect you. I respect you, bro. You know, even though we respect you, I just asked him, would you want to experience a loving God who will love you regardless if you're up or you're down? Would you want to experience that? And you told me, what's your answer? Yes, that's a yes or no question.
But he doesn't want to worry about it, so we're
okay, that's fine. All right, it's okay.
Answer that question. I said that my God is my mom.
Okay, I respect that. Okay,
so you know God.
No. We're good.
Next question. It's okay. So,
No, we never got to finish with the wedding topic.
Yeah.
Person mentioned how about destination weddings because they're much cheaper.
We're going back to that.
Yes.
Okay. That was the last thing, and
okay. So let's summarize the show today.
No, we're not done because we gotta go into her what she's doing.
Okay.
We're almost done.
We can do that right now, no?
No, we could do that right now. But the thing is, I want to just answer a couple of questions and we're good to go. And I respect that. There's no love lost. You know what I'm saying? We clearly invite anybody who has different preferences, and we respect that. So, going back to Naomi, she said this is a man's question. Why does guys get criticized when they ask for certain features on a woman that women can work on, but women tend to ask for things that men can't work on because of genetics? That's Naomi who asked that question.
Ask that question one more time.
She said, she said, why does guys get criticized when they ask for certain features on a woman that women can work on,
okay,
but women tend to ask for things that men can work on because of genetics?
What do you mean by genetics?
That's Naomi. I don't.
Okay, I think
Can you
what
answer,
she's saying-
Naomi?
I think what she's
This is the
saying
real
is
word.
that
I need
like,
every detail. I
like
need
females, they can enhance their looks with makeup or injections, whatever it is. And it's not to say that guys can't do that, but it's just not normal. So if a guy, let's say if a guy is bald, I mean,
I'm bald.
you're bald.
Clearly
I'm
see.
sorry, you know.
It's all
or
good.
if a guy,
But you can't
or if a guy has huge hips, it's like, well, I'm, you know what I'm saying.
Hair transplant.
You can, but
I don't
it's
need
just
that. I'm
not
good.
common. But
okay.
guys get criticized more. Like what she's saying, guys get criticized more if he's probably like, yo, I want a girl with a nice, you know, tata.
Yeah,
you
oh,
know.
yeah.
Oh, this is the real one.
I'm sorry.
Press.
I'm sorry. That's my world. Okay.
I respect it.
Breast, not Popeyes. Breast, legs, and thighs. Yes,
I
amen.
respect it.
KFC.
KFC. The Popeyes. KFC's clones.
They asking about height, damn, her.
Oh, snap.
But continue.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah. So why do you guys think guys get criticized more
Of what?
for like demanding? Well, not demanding, but for wanting certain things in females, and I guess guys, I mean, girls are not. I just think it's just culture.
Facts.
I'm just gonna say, guys have more option than girls do. There are way more women in this world than guys.
Facts.
So we can pick and choose what we not just to. I'm not disrespecting women like they probably have no chance or they shouldn't be able to pick a guy.
We're
but,
stuck with what we have.
Yeah, but like, cause I'm thinking like every woman in this world expect themselves to be married, and the real truth is that's not gonna happen. Guys, like for us, for me as a black man, like I see things that I like, and if she have that features, well, it gotta be more than the features. I'm gonna approach based on what I see at first on the
Of course. Then
That's everybody, girls and guys,
then after that, no, you think so? Because the thing, there's some girls.
Initially.
No, but there's a lot of girls. There's a lot of girls. They date guys that are washed. I'm gonna be honest with you. No, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
But that's personality. That's after. That's after the man.
But for us as guys, we see the woman. I can speak for me. I can speak for men. We see a girl. She's bad, toes painted, all that. You feel me? Then after we get to know her.
I don't really care about toes.
But I'm a toe man. I'm a toe man. So we see her, and once we get to know her as a person, if she has a beautiful personality, it just enhances the beauty. If she doesn't have a personality, she's Medusa. I don't want to see her. I turn to stone.
That's a fact.
That's it.
That's a fact.
Yeah, no bougie girls over here.
Okay.
Ain't personal, it's business.
I'm sorry, guys.
I probably won't be back.
Okay,
So like, the time is running,
okay, but before
and
we
we've been
close,
here for a while.
That's
So
true.
let's go into what Mildred specializes in.
Yes,
Go
what
ahead,
she
Mildred.
does.
Oh, hey guys, my name is Mildred, also known as Mila. So I have a music school
Yes.
called Mila's Music School, and I've been teaching for about close to 10 years now. When I first started out, it was something like on the side, and I went to college. I went to Hunter. Hey, Hunter. I went to Hunter College, and I started off with pre-med, and I was doing music. And of course, you know, after some time, I felt like my calling was music. So I dived into that. I worked in real estate. I worked in like so many like businesses, and I was just like, no, I have to do my music full time. So that's what I'm doing now, and I love it. I feel like in our community, we need to give arts more of the credit it deserves.
Wow.
And that, yeah, we should support one another.
Yes,
pretty much.
So basically, you play the piano.
I play the piano, the violin, organ.
Whoa.
She's talented.
And if someone wants to join your school or want to be taught by you, like, what's your contact information?
Well, you can definitely call 516-787-4705.
Tell
Or
me
you
one
can
more
go to
time.
vilasmusicschool@gmail.com. The number one more time, 516-787-4705. Or you can go to Mila's Music School on Facebook and catch me there.
We'll put the link in the description.
And basically, you have your rates and everything. All the information is there, right?
All that information is there, and if you don't see it, you can always call.
Yes. So we support Mildred, what she's doing.
Absolutely.
She plays the violin, the organ, and I didn't even know she played the violin and the organ. She played the piano.
Yeah,
shout out to Benry. He said those toes gotta be on point.
I agree. No onions, no bunions. My toes look good too. You feel me?
I was
the
just
onions,
saying,
I
not
use a cheesecake.
painted. They don't gotta be painted.
It gotta be painted.
Wait.
Bro, it just gotta be painted.
Shout out to Judith. She's been with us all night long.
Yes.
She was like, it's unfortunate that we make it seem like women have no power at all in this and decision making when it comes to relationship and marriage. Women are also decision makers, and we have many options.
That's true.
We do.
That's true.
That's true.
The POP. The POP.
Facts. Oh snap! That joint. Oh.
They don't want a man.
No, we don't want to explain what that POP is.
They
You know what I'm
you
saying?
gotta do something. You gotta make a move.
They're gonna explain it to me behind the scenes.
You know what it is, right?
After. Tell me after.
Shout out to Karen. I see you want to tune in. You're kind of late, but hey, better late than never. Hit the join button. That way you know. Everybody hit the join button, hit the like button, hit the share button. I seen a lot of people watching the show today. Shout out to all the viewers. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to the guests, because these conversation was.
It was good. It was
They
good.
kept it real today.
You need that.
Real today. You need shout out to Mildred. Shout out to Cameau.
Yo, my man Loki said. Just Judith making it seem like we don't give females no credit. Like, come on, you know we love you. Yeah, listen, let me tell you something. This show is, I want to just give a shout out to Ricard for all the sacrifices that he has made. It costs money, and we want to just thank him for that sacrifice because it's all love. This is a good guy. But this show is a show to give the community a platform to let people know, hey, we're about building each other. We're about supporting one another. I didn't even know that you guys didn't know each other because we're so cliquey. But anyway, we're so cliquey. And I think that we as churches, we need to get together, support each other, build one another. So this show is a show that does that. So those who want to come to the show, join the show. Let us know what's up. I see we go neck and neck with the female co-host, with your sister and her, because Mildred, let's give Mildred a clap, yo. Such a queen.
Shout out to Cameau too. He brought the heat.
Yes, he did.
Shout out to Sonny too.
But you know what? We always bring our gun. We always bust our guns too. You feel me? Always ready at all times with the wolf. You feel me? All love.
All right, guys. So we gotta close out. Final thoughts. Let's start off with. Go ahead.
Nah, I just got one thing.
Yo, my man, you just took the mic from my man.
Because before the show started, I know Daniel Edmond. He came on this show before, and he gave me a shout out. So I had to give Daniel, Franco-Haitian Youth Federation president, a shout out. So that's my man's right there.
Yes.
Shout out to the whole Franco-Haitian Youth Federation. Y'all been doing y'all thing for the longest. Keep up the good work. Shout out to Jordan River. Shout out to everybody that's doing something. If you're doing something and you want the world to acknowledge you, come to the real word where we keep it real all day, every day.
Yes.
Okay. So, final word. Let's start off with you, Mildred. Go ahead.
All right. I love the fact that we all have our different backgrounds. So we all can come together and talk about our experiences and how we view life. And that one of the most important things that I love that we all agreed upon is that that like nowadays, you know, it's not okay for men to, you know, like abuse their power, and we all respect that, and that, you know, and we love is love, and we love everything about love. So I appreciate that. So give it up for that.
That's right. Mildred, the MVP.
Cameau?
Nah, I want to go last.
Okay, fine. Okay, for last. Okay, Sonny?
Nah, I'm good. No final thoughts, but
He said, nah, I'm good.
Man, drop some final knowledge on it, man.
There's no final knowledge.
Come on, talk, man. Talk. I know you be having the words of wisdom.
Nah, yo, it just don't come off the top of my head like that. But I just want to say.
But bro, you went in today, bro.
I did.
Yes. And,
now, I mean, I started a heated topic. But
yes.
I didn't think it was gonna go left. Like,
it went right. It went right. It's the real word. It went right.
But, yeah, just if if someone don't invite you to a wedding, I guess don't feel no type of way.
Back to the
My man Earth said, part two. It might be a part 3.
Don't feel no type of way.
I need you to stop feeling some type of way, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
That's facts.
They feel how they feel, and that's it. Just push it. You're still living.
That's true.
Shout out to June's Fortune. There was like, I truly enjoyed the conversation. Y'all were real and respectful.
That's right. I told you we was going right, not left.
Okay.
I can tell you.
Sanders, go ahead.
I basically want to just say that I appreciate everybody who came to the show. You guys are brilliant. You guys are amazing. You guys are gifted. And I respect the different perspectives. No, it didn't go left. It went right. We may disagree. No, we may disagree respectfully. But at the end of the day, we love each other, and I think that's what we need in our community. And I want to also let you guys know that somebody gave me a good sum of money. I'm getting about 30 Metro cards. I'm giving out 30 Metro cards for $20 for the people of the community. So come meet me the end of this month. We're giving out free Metro cards to people in the community, but give us your name, your email, because the real word is all about, the Winter Circle Trip is all about community service and giving back to the people. $20 inside the Metro cards. That's what it is.
It's still the hood, bro.
$20. And they gave their money. So guys, also too, donate to our cause. Donate, because we're giving back to the community.
Donate to the GoFundMe.
Exactly.
Donate to the PayPal.
And the PayPal.
The car gotta be last. It's this show, you know.
So I'm gonna say I don't got no shout outs. If you want a shout out, you come on the show and you enjoy yourself. That'll be your mainstream moment. You know, your 10 seconds of fame. But
yo, Dana, come through, Dana. Dana, come through.
Facts. If y'all want a shout out, y'all come here.
With your virtuous stuff, come through, Dana. Stop hiding. Always hiding, yo. Y'all not with this hiding thing. I'm a savage, you understand? You see me, amen.
Stay woke. That beard and that bald head.
Final word.
Oh, there's 3 bald headed guys.
It's right in the skies. Oh, no, in the skies.
Luke Cage. Go ahead, Cameau.
Nah, that was it. Stay woke, y'all. That's stay woke. Open.
Guys, I just want to give all glory to God, you know? Like, I feel like God is working. I salute my guests. Shout out to Mildred. Shout out to boy Sonny. Shout out to my boy Cammel. Shout out to my co-host that's here with me every week, Brother Sanders Cameau.
Yes, sir.
And I just want us to keep this energy, you know? We want to create a safe space with positive energy where we could talk about things that goes on every day in life.
Controversial, too.
And things that people want to speak about but are scared to speak about.
The real word.
And keep it real, yeah. Mm-hmm. Speak on certain words, you
Facts.
know? And we want to keep Christ in it because it all started off with God, you know? And Christ died on the cross for us. So this is a way that we can preach and we can talk and have honest conversations, but we do it down to earth where even the most casual Christian, I could say, well, those are kind of contradiction, but even the most, you know, casual listener could get some kind of word or understanding from what we're saying. So I thank you all for watching because I've seen a lot of people watching today.
Especially.
Shout out to all the people who commented.
I think it's because of Mildred, that's why.
Oh, time to
I'm telling you.
Shout out to Naomi.
It's proven every time there's a woman in this show, that joint be going up.
Special shout out to Naomi and Judith and Dana and everybody else who commented multiple times, who kept the questions coming.
Low key.
Shout out to you because y'all make the show. Shout out to Benry. I see you talking about those toes.
Yes, you're my guy.
And we just want to keep this energy, like Brother Sanders said, he's doing the Metro Card Drive. He's still doing the coat and toy and clothing drive for December, so support that.
Facts.
Donate to the PayPal and the GoFundMe because we're doing real ministry. You've seen what we did with the diaper drives, over 2,000 diapers, over 3,000 wipes, to over 50 families. And we have combined over 60,000 views on the show so far, and it's only been 5 months. So I thank you all for the support and all for the love. And we hope to see you next week. If you know someone that should be on the show or you think that someone should come to the show, you can refer them to us. Let us know. Like, share, refer a friend, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their mother, cousin, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, grandfather, mother. And we see you. Who want to close out with a prayer?
I close with a quick word of prayer.
Okay, go ahead.
Father God, we pray you may continue to order our steps, strengthen us and keep us in your presence. And Lord, as we were blessed by the viewers, we were blessed by those who were here. Keep us in your bosom. In your precious name, Jesus' name, amen.
Amen, amen.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. And the YouTube should be up by the end of this week. And share the videos. Add yourself to the Real Word Facebook page. And we'll see you again next week.
All right, much respect.
Love, 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 love.